Hi, my name's Zach Fulton. I'm a humanities implementation coach, and I'm going to walk you through some of the aspects of the Model Teach from a tech perspective. So, the first few steps in terms of selecting your lesson are pretty self explanatory as long as you follow what's on the page here. So, we're going to skip ahead to what happens once you actually have your Model Teach assignment. So, the first thing you're going to do is go here to the Model Teach courses. Now, the Model Teach courses are exact copies of the curriculum copy, but you'll notice this kind of yellow text here that's identifying it as the Model Teach. And the reason that this is separate is that we want to make sure that the curriculum copy kind of remains this pristine, untouched copy. And the Model Teach course allows you to kind of experiment and play around with the content a little bit. So the first thing that you're going to do is click on modules and go down and find your lesson. So I'm going to be pretending to be a instructor named Zaire Zimmerman who's been assigned 306 lesson 2.2.2 identifying genres. So the first thing I'm going to do is duplicate that page, and then I'm going to rename it and just put my name here at the beginning. And the reason for that is that there's going to be other people in other groups who are teaching the same lesson. So I just want to make sure that I have my own copy that I can play around with. And I'm going to publish it, and now I have my page that I can experiment with. So these lessons already include different kinds of activities and discussion boards and assignments, so you don't have to modify it. You're welcome to take the lesson as is. But if you want to make some changes, all you have to do is click on the edit button here and say, for example, that you have a great YouTube video that you think is a good example of rhetoric. You can put some text in here and then add a hyperlink and insert that link, and now you've got a link to a YouTube video that you can present in your lesson. So another thing that you can do is, for example, add a discussion board. So I'm going to click on discussions here, add a discussion, and the question is, cereal is soup, change my mind. And then save that. And now that exists as a discussion board that I can add to my page. So we're going to go back down here to Zaire Zimmerman. We're going to edit. And we're just going to go here, click on discussions. And as soon as it loads, now we go down, and there's my discussion board, and I've just added that. So I've just quickly added two different things to my page. Okay, so once you've finished customizing your page and you're ready to go with your lesson, the next thing you need to think about is how you're going to present it on the day of. So all the Model Teaches are going to happen in Zoom, and the link to your Zoom meeting can be found here in the Model Teach groups. We see Zaire Zimmerman is in the Lantana group, so I'm going to click on Lantana, and then here is the link to the Zoom meeting. So I'm just going to go ahead and launch that, and we're going to play around in Zoom a little bit. So the first thing you need to do is record the meeting, because you're going to have to upload it to Simulator. So click on the record button and record on this computer. So now I have it recording. So the next thing that I can do is share my screen. So when you click on that, you have different options. You can share your whole desktop, you can share your web browser, you can share a document. So let's say, for example, that I want to share this document that's an op-ed from the New York Times. And now what I can do is have my students annotate the document. So they can click on annotate, and I could say, for example, I want you to put a stamp every time you see one of the three appeals. Every time you see ethos, pathos, or logos, just put a stamp. Or you could use a different stamp for ethos, have one for pathos, one for ethos, and one for logos. And that's a way for the students in the room to interact. And then once you're done with the annotate function, you just clear all that out. So I'm going to stop sharing. So another function that you have is the chat box. So you can see here, it's set to message everyone. If there was someone else in this meeting, then I could set it to just message a specific person. So for example, if you're having difficulty during your lesson, then you could just privately message the facilitator and ask them a question or what have you. So those are the basic functions that you're going to want to work on. And we're happy to help you out with any problems that you have in Zoom or any questions that you have about your Model Teach. So just go on ahead and join the Coaches Corner, which is listed lower on the page for the Model Teach, or just reach out to us through the OnRamp support desk, and we'd be happy to help you. And otherwise, we're looking forward to seeing all of your presentations.